Hi guys, so I hate, for some reason my camera, I can see it perfectly fine until I actually hit the video button and then it kind of darkens. So hopefully it's not too dark for you guys to see. I'm going to come a little bit closer. Let me get a little bit closer. So hopefully it's not too dark. I don't really understand. But anyways, I wanted to get on here and talk about something extremely important that happened to me and the kids. And it was very stressful. It was very upsetting. Now, before I talk about this, I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're going to leave hate comments or you're going to be trolling the video and talking about how I should have done something different or you would have done this or I'm stupid because I should have done that, just don't do it, okay? Be positive. This is the only reason why I am even doing this video is because I want to spread this message. I feel that it is a message that needs to be spread, and I want to share it. I want to share it so that something doesn't happen to someone else worse than what happened to me, and that everyone is made aware that this is going on. This is a true story, that it is a very real and dangerous thing. And yeah, so that's the only reason why I'm doing this video, is because I want to raise awareness of that this is definitely going on and this is happening everywhere. As you can see, since the last video, I've done some work. I've been working. You can see Tristan's little head over there on the other side of the couch. Look up, Tristan. Say hey. My husband has a mount our TV up there. That's why there's that big naked spot. So I've been kind of decorating. I'm almost done. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's getting brighter. I just have a few more things to clean up. I just did the boys' rooms and my room today. I just have a little bit more cleaning up to do for, all the little stuff is just hard. So anyways, that's kind of what's going on. That's new. Oh, I'm so sorry. And now I'm going to share with you something that happened to us, okay? I said that I was going to do this as a separate video, and that is what this is. And it's hard for me to really talk about it because I did make a post on Facebook, and there was a lot of positive and a lot of negative comments, and that kind of irritates me, but I mean, it happens. It happens to everyone with different videos, and I get it. But I don't want any of that negativity. So, don't leave negative comments about it, because it is something very real that happened to me and my family. So if you can't respect that, then just don't comment at all. But with that being said, we went into the Dollar Tree, and it was during all of this stuff. You guys have probably seen on my other videos, our apartment got flooded. It was 2 weeks before we were supposed to move here, so that means we had to move early. We moved into a storage unit and then moved here 2 weeks earlier than we were even supposed to move here. So thank God, praise the Lord, that even worked out, or we would have been with my parents for over a month.
Something dangerous happened.
Yeah, something dangerous happened, he said. Yeah, so,
people tried to
shh, hey, don't tell him. I'm going to talk about it, okay? So just hold on just a minute. He wants to tell the story. So, it was during all of that and the chaos of that, and we were staying with my parents, and, that can be so difficult when you try to merge two households. It's a very difficult thing. So, everybody's everywhere and everybody's stuff is everywhere, and it's just a very stressful situation. All of our stuff was missing. I mean, I had to pretty much wash whatever clothes I brought with us because we couldn't even go back into the apartment, so I just have to keep washing. And anyway, all of the stress of that, so I decided to take the boys out, because we just got to get out. We're going stir crazy in here with all this stress going on and all of this happening, so let's just get out. So that's what I did. And we went to the Dollar Tree, of course. And it was the Dollar Tree that, I talk about my favorites all the time. I go down the list. It's not my absolute favorite. It's my next favorite. So my second favorite Dollar Tree of the 7 that I frequent every now and again. And we went in there and we were shopping, and a man with dark hair, long curly hair, comes down the aisle, and he Tristan was kind of beside me, but he was kind of in the way. So he like touched his arm and was like, hey, buddy, excuse me, buddy. And so okay, that's fine. I know I still don't like people to touch my kids, but he was in your way. You were just being polite. Okay. He comes down the second time. Now, the second time he like ruffles Tristan's hair and he's like approaching us because Tristan is now right beside me. And he's like approaching us, like touching his hair, talking about how cute that my kids are and da-da-da. He does not speak to me, period, at all. He speaks only to my children and talking about, hey, you're really cute, da-da-da-da. What's your name, da-da-da. And Tristan, of course, is very friendly and talkative. And so he answers him. So then he comes down a third time and he's trying to touch Tristan again. Well, I pull Tristan in between me and the aisle, okay? Me and the merchandise. I pull him in between there so the man cannot touch my child again. No. And I look at the man like, back it on up. Like, no, you're not going to touch my kid. So then he walks down and then he comes back around and walks down the aisle for the fourth time. And the fourth time, he reaches over the buggy where Killian is, talking to Killian like this close to him, and says, oh, this is what I've been looking for, and reaches for chapstick. Okay, I'm on the beauty aisle. There's no other aisle that chapstick is going to be on. So you did not walk down this aisle 4 different times and not see the chapstick, okay? So I'm pulling the buggy away to get him away from my kid, and I'm looking at him like, okay, that's enough. You better back up. And so he then goes to the door of the Dollar Tree. You guys know, like, the Dollar Tree has all windows all in front. He goes to the door of the Dollar Tree and motions for someone to come inside. And 2 women come inside. So all 3 of them, I don't know where they're at. I don't see who comes inside at first because we're just shopping along, and I get into line to check out. As soon as we get into line to check out, all 3 of them come very close behind me, and all they're holding is the chapstick. So red flags are going off, like sirens are going off. I'm like, okay, something just doesn't feel right about this. This is not okay. So then Tristan's standing behind me, and this is right before I realized that they're behind me, before I realized that that's what's going on. I'm loading the stuff on the belt, and Tristan is holding onto the buggy right there beside me. Okay, so this is before I realize they're there, and they're talking to him. They start talking to him, and I look up because I only hear female voices, so I didn't think it was the man. Okay, but then he starts talking too, and so I look over there, and when I look over there, they're gathering change from all 3 of their pockets and putting them in their hand, in this one lady's hand in the middle, and she is trying to coax my child to come towards her so he can take the change. And she's like, you like toys, don't you? What kind of toys do you like? Do you like money? I have some money for you. Come over here and get it. And I'm like, excuse me? So Tristan, he's 4. Of course, he's reaching out his hand, and I pull him. I'm like, come on, Tristan. I said, Tristan, don't say anything about getting inside of this buggy. Mama's going to put you in the buggy, okay? And you need to be very quiet and do what I say. And he said, okay, yes, ma'am. So I put him inside the buggy because I knew he was going to start saying he didn't want to be in there because it's crowded. That means Dollar Tree buggies are small. He's too big for that. So I didn't care. I stuffed him inside of the buggy. And they're talking about my kids like they're honestly, and this is why I told the police officer, it was like they were shopping for my children. Like they were shopping for them. They were like, oh, blonde hair and blue eyes, that's perfect. And they both have blonde hair and blue eyes. That's perfect. And I'm sitting here like, I can flipping hear you. Like I can hear you. And then they're talking amongst themselves, and they're trying to talk to Tristan over me, over the buggy. And they're like, how old are you? How old is your brother? And they will not speak to me, period. And they're like, and he said, Mama, I'm hungry. And she was like, he said, oh, you're hungry? Where are y'all going? Are you going to eat after this? Where are you going? And I said, we're going home. And I looked at him like, are you kidding me? You better back off. And so as soon as we check out, like my heart is racing. I'm starting to sweat. Like I'm feeling very nervous, very upset because there's 3 of them, 1 of me. And not only is there just 1 of me, but there's 2 children for the 1 of me to cover the entire time. So I know, okay, am I going to, this is what's running through my mind. Number one, get the heck out of there. Now, people have been blasting me on Facebook. Why did you not call the cops right then and there? Blah, 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 blah. But when you're in the situation, you're freaking out. All I could think of was, can I get to my purse, to my phone before one of them grabs at my kid? Like, can I say, I didn't feel safe enough to do that, okay? I didn't feel safe enough to rummage through my purse, which is a big bag. My phone is just free somewhere in there. It takes me forever to find my keys, to find my phone, to find anything. So obviously that's one thing I'm going to change. But can I get to my phone without having to dig in it, but leaving one of the children uncovered? Like, what's going to happen? They're right up against me. Like, I felt, I was just panicked. You know, I'm panicking because I know that this is what's happening. I know that this is what's happening. There's not a doubt in my mind that these people are after my kids. I know this is going on right now. So I then say, of course, when I check out and I'm loading my bags, they're done the same time as I am because, again, they only have the one chapstick and that's all they have to buy. So I say, oh, Tristan, you know what? We forgot something. And I go to the back of the store. All I'm concerned with, I can't even think about calling the police or doing anything. My whole body's shaking. Like, my mind is just not working properly at that point. You know, it's just not. I'm not thinking call the police right now. I'm thinking, how am I going to get out of here safe, secure, locked in somewhere without them following me, without them knowing what's going on? So I look out the window. I go up to the front of the store and I look out the window and they're waiting on us outside. And they're looking back, looking into the window, like wondering where we are. And finally, they go to their car. So when I see that they're far enough away and they're far away, I don't want to go to my vehicle because I don't know, I can't see where they went because they went like 4 aisles down. So I don't know, are they watching me? Are they going to see what vehicle I drive and follow us? Because he was asking, where are we going next? That's what's going through my head. So all I'm thinking of is we have to get away. We have to get out of here. There's one Dollar Tree worker. That's it. In the whole place, there's one Dollar Tree worker. This is the middle of the day. I guess the other one was on break. There's like nobody in the store. And there's one Dollar Tree worker. And she's like, I mean, I don't even know. She's like 70 something years old. She can't hear very well because I'm trying to communicate with her as I'm paying and everything. She can't hear. So I'm like, okay, there's no help from the store, from the people at the store. Like, she's not even going to understand what's going on because she can't hear very well. So I'm going to be panicked trying to tell her it's not going to work out. It's going to, you know, let's figure something out. So I'm thinking, what can I do to get away? So I go to the sandwich shop next door because I know the kids are hungry. They're whining and, you know, agitated, and I don't want it to get any worse. So I order them food, sit them down. They're eating. I call the police while I'm in line for our food. I'm in line calling the police, and I will not leave the sandwich place until the police come and escort me to my vehicle. They escort me. They do okay. Well, I'm talking about something right now. So hold on just 1 second, okay? I see. You're a mess. So the police escort me to my car, and when I tell them what's going on, I'm like, look, you may think I'm crazy. He's like, no, that's exactly what they were doing. Like, this is not the first report we've had. This is, you know, we've had multiple reports over the last several weeks. You're not crazy. You were correct. You did the right thing. We're gonna canvass the area. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna see if we can catch them. Come to find out, this is the third report of someone with that description. 3 individuals, 1 man, 2 women of the exact description that I gave that have been canvassing and doing the same thing in multiple stores around our area. I have talked to people and read reports and read things and talked to people who are also, you know, in other areas around the country, and they have seen and heard the same thing. Like, the same thing's been going on in their area. It's not just here. It's not just that we do not live in a rough area. This was a nice part of town. This was a very nice area that we were in, and it can happen anywhere. So I want to tell you, and I did this to share with you. So again, I really don't want to hear your negative comments. But I know everybody has opinion. Everybody's different. You know, I will be carrying a gun on my person, not in my purse, on my person. From now on, a gun permit, yes, I will be carrying. I am very comfortable shooting a firearm. I have very good aim. I am a very good shot, and I have shot many different weapons to get good at it so that I am very comfortable. So, you know, I'm going to become an expert. Stop throwing that around before you break something, okay? There's still boxes over there, so you can't break that stuff, okay? Be careful. Hey, and I need you to be quiet because your brother's asleep, okay? Anyways, he's getting antsy. He knows that we can see him on the video, so he wants to show off. And he's throwing a penny, so I don't, whatever. And so, boys, it is a very serious issue. It's a very serious thing. It's happening everywhere. There are multiple things about it. I've heard people say you're faking it. I've heard people saying that on multiple people's reports or videos of this, but I don't care what you think. I don't care if you think I'm faking it. This is for those mothers who let their kids go down a different aisle than they are because they think they're safe. This is for those mothers who, are distracted shopping in the aisle, and you're shopping for the merchandise and your child is just roaming around the aisle and you don't realize what's going on. You know, it's very easy to be comfortable, especially if it's in a store that you frequent. It's a store that you know, you know it very well. Hold on, guys. Okay, so it's not a joke. I don't care if you think it's fake. And I mean, people are crazy to me. I have had people saying that this is a fake report, that they've seen a lot of these reports and they're all fake and they're just doing it for attention and all of these things. I've heard it, and that's fine. You can think what you want, but please, please, if you have small children, you can think this is a fake story. I really don't care, but could you please just be more attentive, be careful, listen to your mama bear instincts. If something seems wrong, it is wrong. Assume it's wrong. Know it's wrong. Do whatever you have to do, precautions to prepare yourself for this situation like this happening. People are sick. This is a crazy world that we live in with crazy people, and they're getting more and more so every single day. And you have to prepare yourself to protect those babies. And there are crazy people out there. Sex trafficking is a real thing, you guys. It is a real deal. It is running rampant in our country right now. It is real. It is a very scary, very real thing. Please, please guard your babies, guard yourself. Be prepared to deal with that kind of situation. I'm sharing this because I want you to deal with it better than I did. Would I have done things differently if I went back? Yeah, of course. But this is the first time I've dealt with any kind of situation that's even remotely close to this. And it was very terrifying. And I just wanted to protect both of my babies the best way I knew how. And my instincts were telling me to get the heck out of Dodge. Then, once I did that, I realized, okay, call the cops. But it wasn't until after I had gotten us safe that I felt secure enough to do so. So yeah, sure, I would do things differently if I had to do it again. I want you to do things differently than me. I want you to do them better than I did. And that's why I'm sharing this. So you guys, I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you to be prepared because this is a very scary situation. It's very real. And I want to spread the message so that you can protect your children as well. So I hope that you guys have a great day, and I hope that you take this seriously. It was very scary. I had to have the whole conversation with Tristan so that he could better understand, strangers and all of that kind of stuff, go over all of that again and, make it a little bit more real to him. So I pray that nothing like that ever happens to us again. I have been in contact with the police since then, and we've discussed it and talked about what they're doing. They have a task force on it for all these reports that they've had coming in, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it. So they are still communicating with me, so that's good. And don't worry, we're safe, we're okay. My kids are not traumatized. That's one reason why I didn't want to scare them or freak out on them or freak out on the people, because I wanted my kids to be calm and for them to feel like I had it under control, even though on the inside I was terrified. So I appreciate all of you guys' concern when I've mentioned it before. I really appreciate that. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, I appreciate your kind comments. It's really sweet. I truly appreciate it. And I hope that you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.